Hello, welcome to another edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace reporting live here at the Brooklyn Bowl here in Brooklyn, New York. One of the most important exports out of New Orleans right now is a dynamic band by the name of the Soul Rebels Brass Band. And their latest album, Unlock Your Mind, is on the Rounder Records label. And this is a beautiful amalgamation of brothers that are in the spirit of the traditional brass bands of New Orleans, but also fusing a beautiful combination of hip-hop, jazz, soul, gospel, reggae, you name it. Tonight I sat down with two of the co-founders of this group, and tonight they're performing selections off their latest album. They have been performing extensively with the likes of Metallica, Slick Rick, Charlie Wilson, Parliament, Funkadelic, you name it. Tonight we're going to sit down and talk about the origins of this group as well as the background of the brass band. Unlock Your Mind. This is your very, very first major record debut on the Rounder record label, and it seems like this year has just been intense for you guys. You're touring all over the world, and you're getting this notoriety that's been 22 years in the making.
Yes, man. It's been a blessing, you know, a long time coming, and we've been doing our part, and we just needed some major representation, and we got in with the right people, and it all started to click, man. You know, starting with signing with Ted Curlin Productions for management, and then he got us in the right places with the right people, and now we're under his booking agency also, and everything is clicking, man. You know, we do our thing, people love us, and we keep generating more and more from just doing well as we go along.
Tell me about the concept of this record.
Well, it was something that we wanted to do that's in line with Soul Rebel tradition, which is being different, out of the box, but in a good way, and just taking off all the gloves and doing whatever we felt good with. And that was all different styles of music and trying to combine them together the way we do in the show. And it worked out, man. We love it.
It seems like you're representing lots of the different types of New Orleans music. I'm talking like there's funk, there's the traditional brass band, there's... How do you guys fit and incorporate that into a contemporary style?
Well, we started working on it in the early days, you know, when we were transitioning from being a traditional band into doing more funky type of blues and soul, and then R&B, then pop, which led to reggae and funk and soul. So, and then eventually some hip hop and some rap. So, you know, we're just revolving with time, you know. That's evolution, and we just want to stay fresh and a part of the evolution of music.
About how this is working out for 8 guys from New Orleans, because you know I spoke with Brother Moss earlier, and it seems like everyone is bringing a different voice to this band.
Yes, we've always fostered expression in our group. You know, the band was founded on the premise of not only innovating the genre of brass band music, but trying to be an eclectic unit that pulled from each member's personal musical taste. So to hear 8 people come together with totally different ideas and perspectives on music, you have a powerful piece there. That's why the music is so different. You know, we don't just pull from the great brass band tradition that we love and respect. We pull from country music, rock, R&B, soul, classical, opera. I mean, it's all in there. So dealing with 8 people can get, how could I say it? It can be an experience, you know, especially on the road. But artistically, it's the best thing in the world.
Because I wanted to piggyback on something that you said. You know, anything south of the Mason-Dixon line, you're dealing with country, you're dealing with Cajun, you're dealing with a whole different type of, and even the food and the clothing and how you speak is differently, and you're bringing that differently to the music.
Yes, see, all of the things you've mentioned are so congruent to the experience that we have musically. You know, when we travel away from the South, you find out how definitely influential the South is on the rest of the world, especially musically and culturally. And New Orleans is one of the hubs of that, you know, I must say, modestly. We were in Detroit, and we did a festival there in Detroit. And, you know, we had to take the tour of Barry Gordy's place, Motown. But we learned that New Orleans was instrumental in that sound too. You know, early people like Smokey Johnson, Leo Nocentelli, they said that they went to Motown, what it was called, Hitsville or something, and they said they were instrumental in the founding blocks of that sound. So, I mean, it's like you say, it's a blend of artistic ability that's unmatched by, you know, no other region.
Gotten a lot of accolades from a TV show that Jules Holland hosted on the BBC, and it opened up kind of Pandora's box for where you guys are sitting right now. And this particular show, a group by the name of Metallica sat in. Tell me about this.
Well, I'll tell you, my personal experience was when we got there, it was 5 bands to do the show, the taping of the show. And we were one of the 5. And when they went around introducing each band, Jules said, and over here we have Metallica. And I looked and I said, who the hell are these people using that name? They can't use that name, because I had no idea that I would be on the same TV show as Metallica. So I just thought this was some upcoming band, or some band that's, you know, like us, trying to make it. And then when I found out, no, that's really them, dude, it kind of blew my mind. And it was a great honor. And so, and better than that, they saw our show and they loved us. And they talked to us after the show. And Lars, the drummer, told me that, man, we should do something together. And I said, my manager is right there. Let's do it. And 1 month later, we were opening up their 30-year anniversary show in San Francisco at the Fillmore every night. And tomorrow and the next day, we will be playing the Orion Jazz Fest, which is Metallica's first year putting on their own festival. We're doing both days.
What was it like working with these icons? I mean, these are rock and roll Hall of Famers, and they're in a whole nother vernacular musically. They're in metal, and you guys are jazz.
That was probably the greatest challenge musically that I can remember with the Soul Rebels, and it was great for us to be challenged. That's what it's all about, when in a way that we never expected, because if it were not for that, we wouldn't have Sandman and a host of other Metallica songs in our repertoire right now. And when we do pull them out and play them, people love it. So it's just a testimony to our being able to travel any land and cover any tunes, you know, and then that just opened the doors for us to maybe create our own metal song. Who knows?
Give on, give on, give on.
You've probably had your fair share of the real deal of the brass bands. What is it about New Orleans? Not because it's the history and the beginnings of jazz music, but what is it about the brass concept that has made the brass band?
Well, you got to realize brass band music is an organic foundation where you have that direct sound from the horns, from the drums, straight to the ears and soul of the people. So by it being that, it kind of touches to the core of a person. Then by it being mobile in a parade fashion in New Orleans, the people can, you know, dance and travel with it, you know. So it's so tied to the culture. That's the main reason it's persevered over generations. You now have the impetus of bands like the Dirty Dozen and the Rebirth and now Soul Rebels taking it to the stage where you can get it, you know, through microphones and production, when you can kind of make it more accessible to the world. But at home, they like to keep it in its raw form. You know, they put it on stage too at home, but you know, those second line parades are still thriving. It's a free, never ending, energy packed party, you know. So it comes from that, you know, because it's on the streets and it's so close to the people where they can touch it, you know.
it again for another edition of the Pace Report, recording live here at the Brooklyn Bowl. I'd like to personally thank the Soul Rebels Brass Band tonight for their time and their hospitality, as well as the staff and management here at the Brooklyn Bowl. As always, please visit my website, www.thepacereport.com, for my weekly column as well as my past segments. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Until next time, peace.